De rând aceasta ca o
Gek genoeg waren er in de laatste maanden van 1989 in Roemenië nog weinig tekenen die wezen op een op handen zijnde ommekeer. Bij het 14e partijcongres, dat slechts een maand voor Ceausescu's dood plaatsvond, leek er nog niets aan de hand. Alle aanwezige partijleden klapten, net als altijd, braaf voor Ceausescu's nieuwe plannen. Ceausescu regeerde 24 jaar lang Roemenië als een neo-Stalinistisch despoot. Zijn beleid werd gekenmerkt door ad hoc besluiten, waaronder het volk danig te lijden had.
In 1974, showing signs of growing egomania, Ceausescu made himself president. He told one of his ministers, "A man like me comes along only once every 500 years." This crass form of image building was designed to show Romanians that world leaders of every conceivable political variety looked on Ceausescu with veneration. From China, the Ceausescus flew to North Korea. The personality cult of its leader, Kim Il-sung, was on an even more grandiose scale. The Ceausescus were suitably impressed.
Never before had a dictator looked so colourful. You didn't need to be a fan of Ceausescu to pick up your brush. Ceausescu's artistic ambitions went beyond paintings, pop songs and poems. He wanted to communicate on an altogether different scale, in stadiums. A new kind of political theatre was invented. It combined the performing arts with mass demonstrations. The entire Romanian population became performers in a show about themselves.
Toate aceste manifestări erau manifestări cu un pronunțat caracter politic. Mesajul pe care noi vroiam să-l adresăm populației era în primul rând un mesaj de sprijinire a politicii Partidului Comunist. Adică noi ne adresam populației cu anumite lozinci, cu anumite gânduri. Noi construiam o țară. A stat o singură suflare în România. Partidul și poporul.
But sometimes the Ceausescus made an indelible impression for other reasons.
When he came on a state visit in 1978, he had completely changed. Power had gone to his head. He interrupted continuously, he was arrogant, he wouldn't let people speak. He was our guest at the Hotel Marigny, where VIPs on official visits are housed opposite the Élysée Palace. Unfortunately, after he had left, the head of the Marigny residence came to see me appalled and said, "It's frightful. The place has been wrecked. They've taken everything away. There were lots of ornamental objects, lamps, vases, ashtrays, bathroom fittings. After their departure, the place had been emptied. Everything had been unscrewed and packed away. It was as if burglars had moved in for a whole summer." Unofficially, of course, I warned those who were about to receive him, for he was on a European tour, that they should take the kind of precautionary measures I had been unable to foresee.
Queen Elizabeth was compelled by the Callaghan Romania was the way he pursued his one single-minded hobby. Every regional party secretary knew his career depended on the way he organized Ceausescu's shooting parties. A Securitate cameraman was very nearly killed recording this massive boar hunt. To prove his marksmanship, Securitate faked this film, including the clumsily added gun flashes, showing him killing a wild boar with every shot.
Ceausescu's theatre spread further and deeper. The image of Romania presented in the stadium was reproduced by the media. Journalists had to follow a simple rule.
Mărețe realizări, epoca de aur, epoca cea mai, sau epoca Nicolae Ceaușescu, epoca celor mai importante realizări din istoria României. Toate aceste realizări trebuia să convergă spre vârful acestei piramide care realiza totul, absolut totul, și care era șeful statului, șeful partidului, șeful armatei, Nicolae Ceaușescu.
Fiecare juca un anumit rol. Reporterul acela de a pune întrebări care să nu deranjeze pe nimeni altcineva, iar interlocutorul răspunsul pe care l-aștepta reporterul și, evident, conducerea județeană de partid sau conducerea superioară de partid.
Am urmărit cu profundă satisfacție patriotică magistralul raport expus de secretarul general al Partidului Comunist Român, tovarășul Nicolae Ceaușescu.
De ce nu trebuie? Să nu se vadă de pe partea stângă, dacă montai camera cu o unghiulație care nu îi convine, se vedeau niște pete de om bătrân bolnav de ficat. Ceaușescu se bâlbâia foarte des. Da, de regulă la poporului. Intra în bâlbăială și spunea ceva la modul ăsta, poporului, cam așa face.
Să ne pronunțăm pentru o Europă a colaborării egale între toate. Asta o începem. Ne pronunțăm marea dezbatere în partid și multilateral dezvoltate, multilateral de întregul nostru.
De întreaga societate, pe baza tezelor din aprilie, cu privire la problemele fundamentale
și stadiul actual al construcției socialiste în patria noastră, tuturor, fie ca anul 1989 ducă poporul noi cuceriri pe calea dezarmării la mulți ani.
Trebuia văzut numai el când aplaudă sau numai el când este foarte mulțumit și zâmbește?
Sufletește, poate că aș fi fost salvat. Am rămas la televiziune, poate că și pentru faptul că îți dădea o anumită satisfacție. Te știa lumea, te vedea lumea și eu cred că acest lucru mă face vinovat față de mine însumi. Deci aveam posibilitatea să aleg, nu mă obliga nimeni să lucrez doar la televiziune, puteam să mai găsesc și altă posibilitate. Dar vreau să spun că nimeni dintre noi, cei care am lucrat în acest aparat de propagandă, nu putem fi scutiți de vinovăție, de responsabilitate față de ceea ce s-a făcut.
Ceausescu's wife Eleanor enjoyed her own role in Romania's living theatre. She had left school at 14 with a good mark in needlework. But the Romanian media were required to show her in a more intelligent light.
Elena Ceaușescu, evident, trebuia să adauge sintagmele consacrate de scânteia, savant de renume mondial și așa mai departe.
Just as they did with her husband, the poets put pen to paper. But the cult of the great chemist signaled a new and more creative phase in their work. With Nicolae, the poets exaggerated. With Eleanor, they invented. This day of yearning and glory is inscribed in the calendar, cast in letters of gold and garlanded with lavender. For this is the day on which Romania gave birth to a woman we all know is without equal on earth.
In Petrești, her native village, they knew all about Elena. But she was so powerful, the local inhabitants were too frightened to set the record straight. Her school records remained hidden under floorboards for several decades. When the local mayor finally dug them out, they revealed she had flunked everything but singing, sewing and gymnastics in her fourth year and had dropped out altogether at the age of 14. She was a repetenta, meaning someone too mediocre to move to the next grade. Over 30 years later, becoming head of the Institute for Chemical Research, despite a total lack of real academic credentials, was the best revenge.
It was an order that all the work at this institute had to bear the name of Elena Ceaușescu as the principal author and inventor. When the research papers were submitted to her for signature, she didn't even bother to look at them, as she was incapable of understanding their content. She didn't even know the formulas for water or carbon dioxide.
For years, foreign scientists were fooled by an elaborate masquerade.
Comrade Ceaușescu, whenever somebody in our meetings, a foreign delegate, would ask a question, I was supposed to first wait for Mrs. Ceaușescu to say the answer, and then somebody else in her entourage would say a different answer. Mrs. Ceaușescu would sometimes repeat what that person said. Then I was allowed to translate. But actually, it was translating from the other person, not from Mrs. Ceaușescu directly. She had some papers in front of her. She sometimes consulted the papers, but her answer, I was told, I was never allowed to translate.
Eventually, the reality caught up with the theatre. By the time of the last parade, even the show wasn't for real.
Treceam și făceam cu mâna, doar atâta. Și el la fel ne saluta. Asta era demersul, dar restul era megafoane care urla, trăiască, ura, toate astea. Noi nici nu strigam așa ceva.
It was silly. I think silly. Everything was on a tape. Nobody applauded. Nobody was shouting anything.
Avea o ușoară, sigur, o mânie în suflet pentru tot ce se întâmplă. La carne se stă la coadă nopți întregi, iar noi mergeam și preamărim pe mari conducători.
Nu ne convenea cu regimul ăla. Deci vreau ceva mai bun, ceva mai... Vedeam și noi așa, ne săturasem de televizor, tot numai program de 2 ore, altceva nu vedeai. Nu vedeai și tu un meci de fotbal, nu era...
There were fewer and fewer reasons for politicians and poets to continue to back their leader. But one reason remained which eclipsed all others.
Elementul hotărâtor care m-a păstrat pe mine în cadrul conducerii lui Ceaușescu a fost faptul că Ceaușescu a avut curajul de a reprezenta România cu demnitate și că s-a opus hegemoniei sovietice până în ultimul moment.
I don't think Ceaușescu kept the Russians out. And I don't care about it because I think that the Romanian occupation was worse than the Russian occupations. I think that if Romania would have been occupied all these 50 years by the Russians, the people, the Romanians, would have to fight a visible enemy. You cannot fight your own people.
In the center of the Romanian capital stands the largest palace in the world. It looks like a glittering monument from an ancient kingdom. It is less than 20 years old.
En door megalomane bouwprojecten waarmee hij internationaal aanzien hoopte te verwerven. Zo liet hij bijvoorbeeld een groot deel van Boekarest platgooien om er een immens parlementsgebouw en een 7 kilometer lange boulevard voor in de plaats te zetten.
Many historic buildings which stood in the way were destroyed. Others were moved aside.
Noiala noastră s-a îndeplinit în anul 1986, când, așa cum am amintit, printr-un decret de stat, Nicolae Ceaușescu a hotărât ca biserica să fie translată la o distanță de 23 de metri de locul inițial și în jurul ei să se facă un bloc pentru aproape a nu mai fi observată din stradă.
The avenue of the victory of socialism was deliberately designed to be broader and longer than the Champs-Élysées in Paris.
Ceaușescu was following his script. An ancient king was leading his people into the modern age. In Ceaușescu's new world, the peasants would be moved into apartment blocks, while he lived in a glittering palace, the largest in the world.
Casa Republicii a fost copilul lui Ceaușescu, sau de 2 sau de 3 ori, inclusiv duminica. El se considera că este ctitorul, este proiectantul acestei gigantice construcții. Cele mai mari covoare din lume, poate eu zic nu cel mai mare, al treilea din lume. Odată cu jos nu se putea desfășura, așa era de greu, vă dați seama.
People were dying on this building site every day. There was the army working here non-stop, and of course everything had to be done very quickly, hastily. Ceausescu was running out of time, as we know now. There were people, for instance, living in this area who didn't know until the bulldozer were coming in that their house would survive or not. I know I have an acquaintance who was a stage director who was living with his suitcases at the door because nobody knew where and when this project of demolishing everything would end.
Toen Ceausescu stierf, was dit project nog lang niet afgerond.
If you don't have the bare necessities of life, then life really becomes difficult. And this becomes the preoccupation of the population from 78-9 to 89, becoming worse and worse by the month, by the year, and culminating in the late 1980s. All this in the cold. I had a small electric radiator, but almost most of the time, even the electricity would be cut. And when the electricity is on, you can watch television for 2 hours, all about Comrade Ceausescu and his wonderful projects and his wonderful achievements.
In the late 80s, his image in the West had been reduced to that of an old-fashioned Stalinist out to wreck Romania's cultural heritage. From his spring palace in Bucharest, Ceausescu watched on television November 89 between Bush and Gorbachev, convinced they were plotting his downfall. By this time, Elena was practically running the country, screening Ceausescu's mail and censoring all disturbing reports addressed to him. Even Securitate stopped briefing him on the Romanians' real mood.
On December the 21st, 1989, Ceausescu held a mass meeting outside the Central Committee building. This square had been the scene of his first great performance, and it was to be the scene of his last.
Eu întorsesem camera, făcusem panoramare, călcau o lozincă. Să dau partea de public.
Doresc de asemenea să adresez mulțumiri inițiatorilor și organizatorilor acestei mari manifestări populare din București, considerând aceasta ca o...
The crowd were not applauding, they were booing. Ceausescu's astonishment could be read on his face. The show was over.
De Elena Ceaușescu am auzit că îi sufla mai dă-le 100 în plus. El s-a pus case atunci să facă promisiuni. Ca să potolească mulțimea, el s-a apucat să facă promisiuni de bani, crezând că le închide gura. Lumea nu mai era dispusă să-l asculte. Și nici să mai înghită promisiunile de 100 de lei, care efectiv însemnau 3 kg de carne pe care nu le găseai.
Once the first breach was made, the end was swift. The Central Committee building was stormed. Ceausescu fled by helicopter. A group of second-rank communists formed an emergency government.
Atunci când am văzut elicopterul lui Ceaușescu plecând de pe clădirea Comitetului Central, m-am întors acasă și am spus că în sfârșit am scăpat de dictatură și m-am apucat de altă meserie. Și în momentul în care am văzut, după jumătate de oră pe programul de televiziune, toți cei pe care eu îi consideram politruci în televiziune apărând în prim plan, mi-am zis că trebuie să mă întorc acolo și trebuie făcut ceva, o piesă de teatru sau un act dintr-o piesă de teatru și începea un alt act din aceeași piesă de teatru.
Și legalitatea.
There was fighting in the streets between the revolutionaries and factions still loyal to Ceausescu.
We'll never know what the Ceausescus thought as they finally understood they were about to die. But my guess is that both remained so insulated from reality that despite this ultimate rejection of everything they stood for, they still believed that they, and they alone, were the victims of this tragedy. Hours later, they'd been arrested and were prisoners in an army barracks, still unable to believe their luck had run out at last. Now, their last 3 nights were spent huddled together, bickering on a camp bed in this tiny room. Major Teku was one of the officers guarding them round the clock.
First, he said, "How about fighting on my side for the cause?" I said, "What cause? I'm already on the side of the people." Then he said, "How would you like a nice luxury villa?" Before I could react, he was offering me more. He said, "How about $2 or $3 million in a secret bank account? Would that help?" I looked at him and thought to myself, so this is the great conductor, the famous leader, the genius we had been taught to revere, trying to bribe a simple major like me.
Ceausescu's helicopter didn't get far. He and his wife were captured and quickly tried by a court appointed by the new government. It was a show trial. It lasted 2 hours. The Ceausescus were found guilty of corruption and the destruction of the Romanian economy and were shot.
Aici era masa completului de judecată. Cei 5 care l-au judecat. Aici era masa cu asistența. Aici era ea și aici era el.
Și te rog să te ridici în picioare, inculpat.
Citiți Constituția țării.
Am citit-o, o cunoaștem, nu este cazul să dai durata indicații.
Aceea poporul luptă în țară și va lupta până la eliminarea acestei bande de trădători de țară care în strâns legătură cu străinătatea a organizat lovitura de stat.
După ce s-a terminat procesul, completul de judecată a intrat aici, alături. Și acolo, în timp de 1 minut, au hotărât condamnarea la moarte.
În picioare.
Nu, dragă, puneți-vă, suntem oameni, așa ce-i
Tribunalul, în numele legii și al poporului, declarând în secret, condamnă unanimitate de voturi pe inculpații Ceaușescu Nicolae și Ceaușescu Elena la pedeapsa capitală.
Au ieșit pe această ușă, a avut o altercație cu un soldat, că l-a înjurat pe soldat și soldatul a înjurat-o pe ea până acolo. Au fost duși pe sus până aici, întorși cu fața încoace, s-a înapoiat 2 metri, 3 metri, cu arma în cumpănire de la șold, au executat fiecare câte un încărcător.
Nu mai trage nimeni! Ridică-l să-l vedem. Ridică-l să-l vedem. Ridică-l. Mai sus capul.
De ironie van de geschiedenis is, vandaag de dag in Boekarest alle gebouwen op Ceausescu's boulevard van de overwinning van het socialisme getooid zijn met grote billboards en lichtreclames voor met name westerse producten. Maar aan het eind van de boulevard staat nog altijd Ceausescu's trots. Het kolossale huis van het volk.
Between the times of Ceausescu and the times of, let's say, well, democracy in Romania, this would be a good metaphor. since this house is parliament today, right? So I think, and also because some of the people who would have been in this building before 1989 are sitting there now.
A fost un mare șef de stat. Ce vreți să faceți dumneavoastră până emisiunea asta? Vreți să-l demitizați? Vreți să-l împușcați a doua oră? Nu veți reuși. Ceaușescu a fost un mare om al istoriei acestei țări și ar fi mai bine să o întrebați pe regina Angliei, pe distinsa doamnă Elisabeta, și s-a plimbat cu el în caleașcă. Pentru că dacă ea nu se plimba cu Ceaușescu în caleașcă și nu-i dădea cele mai înalte ordine ale Imperiului Britanic, nici noi, amărâții de pe malul Dâmboviței, nu ce învergură istorică are Nicolae Ceaușescu. În istorie. Eu nu mă dezic de valoarea mare, intrinsecă a lui Ceaușescu, care a fost un important bărbat de stat.
Dacă mâine Ceaușescu ar învia și ar face exact ce a făcut, ar trebui și noi să facem exact ce am făcut.
One realizes that it took about 19 years for a full recovery of the second and third echelons of the ruling elite of pre-89 Romania to come back and be also completely legitimized by the popular vote. So they are voted democratically. Secondly, this is a member of the European Union, right? Romania, in case you have forgotten.
Totul era un fel de teatru normal. Chiar un foarte bun teatru. Cu 22 de milioane de aplaudaci. 22 de milioane de aplaudaci. Așa se numeau, aplaudaci. Și un singur interpret. De fapt, doi. Un cuplu.